Now in this video, I'm going to share with you how I was able to write, publish, and sell my book in less than 90 days. In less than 3 months, I was able to write, publish, and sell my book. I sold about 500 copies of that book within that time frame. Now, the reason for this video is not to put you to a challenge that you should be able to write your book in 90 days. No, but then I want to share systematically the process. So this is the book, Beyond the Classroom, and I wrote the book about it's about 6 years ago now. Yeah, I wrote about 7 years ago. That was in 2018. So in December, and then I released it in February. I want to share this story with you because I believe that it's going to help you, whether you plan to write a book or you are a writer, an author or not. I believe that everybody should write a book, not because you are good at writing, but then a book does something to you. I believe that nothing else does to your career. It's a huge leverage for you as a professional. And so I have another video together on why I think everybody should write a book, and go check that out on the channel. I'll link in the description. But then let's come back to the story here where I tell you how I was able to achieve this feat. It was around the time where I was actually done with my first degree in the university, and I was about to start my national service. Now here, the first thing I want to talk about here is actually how to come by the topic for your book. It must be one of these three things. First, it must be something you have experienced. So it should be your experience. Okay, so something you have experienced, so a life experience you have lived through. So it can be your story, it can be anything like that. Secondly, it can be from something that you are knowledgeable about. So you are an expert on that topic. So something you have good expertise in. So the third one is a skill that you have. So you have a skill, you are a good communicator, you can write about communication. So it's a skill you have. Okay, so kind of the skill and the expertise kind of overlap over there, but then they are sometimes may not be, you may not have expert level knowledge. Maybe you may not have that, you may not be an expert, but then once you have the skill, of course, even at the bare minimum, the basic level, you can write about it. In fact, I wrote a book about writing I think in 2019, but I started writing in 2013, not professionally. I started professionally in 2014, but then 2013, I was putting a few things together. I wrote a number of manuscripts that I didn't get published. I was just like, I think about 19 years at a time. So nobody actually believed in me to take my work and publish. But then it was good experience. Okay, but I encourage you, no matter the level you are in your career right now, writing a book is not too much of a big deal. It's not that deep. Okay, as Gen Z would say, it's not that deep. Okay, so put that into your mind. So first of all, your experience, your expertise, your skill, whatever you are excited about, you are passionate about, you are learning about it. Okay, share it, talk about it. I wrote a book about writing. I just wrote a book. My book was about 10 things you have to do to become a better writer. That's all, because I was a better writer than some people. Okay, because I was writing for about 5 years. So I was a better writer than some people. So I could write about how to be a better writer, not how to be a great writer, because I wasn't great. Okay, so back to my point. Find an exciting topic. Find something that is good that you can write about. If it doesn't fall within some of these categories, or you don't have experience in it, so for example, you're not married, you're writing about marriage, you will stress yourself. No matter the knowledge you have, it doesn't qualify as an expert on the subject. So stay within a place you are comfortable. Like, imagine that they woke you up on the spot, and then you are asked to talk about a topic. What exactly will you talk about first? Okay, so I'm doing these videos unscripted. I come and I put on the camera and I start talking. Okay, put a topic there and I start talking because I have lived these experiences. So they can call me right now from the White House and say, talk about so and so. I'll talk about it. So think about it. What can you talk about like that? Now, secondly, after identifying your topic or whatever you are passionate about, but not necessarily passion, but then the experience about your expertise and everything rounds through, all of that figured out. What's the next thing? The next thing here is to start talking about it. Yeah, it's that simple. Don't write a book. Start talking about it. So before December 2018, when I started writing this book, Beyond the Classroom, I was already talking about personal development, being intentional, using the hashtag be intentional on the platforms, on Facebook especially. I was writing, I had created a Facebook group, and I was building my list. I was, doing all kinds of things. All right. Now, before I wrote this book in 2018, I had already lived the life that will culminate in this, into the content of this book. That was about 4 years prior, or 4 to 5 years prior. So I had lived the experiences. So I just wrote about the experience. So live the experience, have the expertise and everything. But when you are now ready to talk about it, I talk about personal branding, one of my videos. You can check the description for that video on personal branding. Now start talking about it. So you are now going to use that content to connect with people who are interested in knowing about that. So use your knowledge, use your experience, use your expertise, share your story, and talk about what you know, what your brand is about. And then use that story or use that content to connect with other people. So the whole thing is that you are not even talking about the book you're writing yet, but then share the content. Somebody will say, oh, so what I'm writing, I'm going to write about, if I'm sharing it, then why will people buy it then? They will still buy. They will still buy because, people would love the content if the content connects with them. See, you can share everything. In fact, there's a book I have written in public before. I wrote one book in public. Every Tuesday, that time, I think that was 2019, 2020 or so. Every Tuesday, I write an article. And then after 6 months, I compiled all the articles I wrote on Tuesdays and put them together, and I put it into a book. Now, people still bought that book. The reason is that even when you put the things together like that, it becomes more like a package that they can receive and have your entire knowledge on that subject. Aside that, once somebody believes in you, believes in your solution you carry and everything, whatever you put out, they are going to buy it. So work on proving yourself to people. Work on letting people see your value. Work on that first. And when you arrive at that, you arrive there, then worry about the product. Worry about the distribution and all of that. Okay, so share the content, share your story, let them know. So that's what I did. I have done that years prior to that time. And in fact, even when I was writing the book, I was sharing the updates. I wrote the book in 10 days. I split the book into 5 chapters, and then I wrote 1 chapter in 2 days. And I was having a full-time job. I was a national service person at the time, and I would go to school, I'll go and teach, and I'll finish, I'll come back, I'll lock myself in the church, and then I'll write the book. I'll try and write at least 2,000 words before I go home. If I'm not able to finish, I'll go the next day, or I woke up at dawn and I'll continue. I try to do that for 10 days, and I was able to finish this book and edited it in 4 days. 14 days, the book was done, sent it to my friend to proofread, and then we got printed. So now, when it comes to the whole book writing process, that would be like an entire video on its own. But one thing I want you to get right is, first of all, figuring out what to write about, and then now starting the initial conversation about it. Starting with the content. Start sharing that your brand story. Start to reach out to people with that content. Let people begin to know you. Now, there's a book project I'm doing right now, and the book is going to be done. I'm going to release the book probably next year. But right now, I am already building a list, an email list for that book. And you see, it is not something that, now, whether I am able to finish the book or not, it doesn't matter. But the fact that I'm already building a market down for it. The third thing has to do with your launching. Now, I have shared in one of my videos, made it clear that people don't buy your product, they buy your offer. Okay, so you go and write the book. Okay, this is my book. Oh. Okay, I'm selling it. You now go and be begging people. Oh, please buy my book. Why would they buy? You see, you must give people a reason to buy, not just because you have a product. Oh, buy some for me now, help me buy. No, people don't buy to help you, they buy to help themselves. So that's the whole sales course on its own. But then the third and final thing I'll talk about is that you must package your book into an offer. Okay, it must be a solution to somebody's problem. So you have initially thought about, oh, what I'm going to write about. Secondly, how I'm going to market it. So marketing is by doing the content and all of that. Now, the selling part has come. You will now focus on how you are going to sell it, how you are going to make it appealing to people. And all of these decisions must be done before you even start writing the book, so that you have a well thought out plan before you start. There's a lot about this thing that cannot go into this video. If I even do a 3-hour course, for this, maybe I'll work on it. In fact, I'm actually putting together a book about all of this topic. About all of this, which is how to write, publish, and sell your book in record time and all of that. I'm working on it, but it looks like it's just taking more and more and more. So if you have the interest, okay, and I have said it, that everyone should do it. If you have the interest and you want to go that route, you want to start today, I'm going to give you a free consultation. Now you can get on a call with me for 30 minutes. I'm going to talk about all of this. I'll help you figure it out, and then help you get started on this journey the same way I've done. I'm not going to charge you anything. 30 minutes of my time free given to you. Of course, this video is already free, but then I'm not going to give you my time. Maybe in the future I'll probably do maybe a longer, maybe a course, a free course, and I'll put on this. I'll put on the channel for free. A very lengthy thing on this entire thing, break everything down step by step, or maybe you watch me do it, something like that. But for now, this is what I have the time for. But if you want to reach out, I'll put a link in the description, which is like a Google form. You go and fill it out, and then we'll jump on a call, and then we get to talk about the project and everything like that. So yeah, if you love this video, like it, and then subscribe down the channel. And there's more on personal branding, there's more on personal development, there's more on digital marketing, there's more on everything that I am about, everything I've been doing for all of these years. So definitely the future is exciting. I want you to be part of this community, and let's build something great together. I'll see you in the next video. If you have a question, ask in the comment section. Thank you.